Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Manifest with the Chakras show. Hello, everybody. My name is Supriya. If you guys don't know me already, and if you're tuning in live, say hi. Say hi. Today, I'm doing a solo episode about gratitude and how gratitude is definitely an attitude. So, if you are tuning in live or watching the replay on any of my social media channels right here, please say hi. Say hi, and of course, if you're tuning into the podcast, the recorded version of this podcast, please make your presence known by leaving a review or a 5-star rating, all of that stuff too. And you can of course just shout out the podcast on any social media platform as you please. So, like I said, today we are going to be talking about how gratitude is definitely the ultimate hack to manifestation. Now, I just want to know, what is gratitude? What does gratitude mean to you? And I can tell you what gratitude means to me and how that has helped my business. So, gratitude has absolutely helped me and helped me in so many different ways in my business in so many different ways. Gratitude is giving thanks, and I wanted to do this episode today because you know we are coming up on, as I'm recording this, we are coming up on Thanksgiving, which if you are in the US, you know what that's all about. It's giving thanks to the holidays. So today is actually the 24th that I'm recording this, so November 24th, and it looks like, as I'm looking at the calendar, it's going to be the 28th um, of 2024. So, yeah, like coming up on Thanksgiving, it's so important to give thanks um, to what we have. But I don't want you to think that, of course, you guys should be giving thanks every single day. It's kind of like Mother's Day, I always consider it to Mother's Day or Sweetest Day, or all these other days that we have. Don't tell your mom that you love her. Don't call your mom on Thanksgiving on her birthday or on like Mother's Day to tell, or give flowers to her on Mother's Day. Make sure to give flowers to her every week. Be grateful to everybody in your life. And who should you be grateful to? Right? So it's kind of like all of those things. Like Thanksgiving is one of those things you should be grateful every day. Right? How did gratitude help my business and really every part of my life? Gratitude has become the ultimate manifestation hack, believe it or not. When you're truly grateful for everything that you have, a lot of things start to speed up so much more in your life. So, how has gratitude changed my life? Well, here's the thing. Like, I used to be one of those people that woke up every morning with just doom and gloom in my face. I didn't really have a whole lot to look forward to in my life, to be honest. There was no point um in doing all these things. I was working at a lot of dead end jobs. I was working so hard on myself, and I was doing a lot of what I felt thankless work. I would be busting my ass busting my ass for a lot of these companies that I would be working for, and getting little, like maybe this much appreciation. If you guys are listening to the podcast, I'm putting my fingers together in the very closest way possible. Like a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of appreciation. Like maybe a pizza day for me, or maybe like a small token of appreciation, and maybe a coffee from, okay, no, or in my case, tea from my boss, at some point. Tea, like free tea, like free Starbucks or whatever, like a gift card or whatever. It wouldn't be the thanks that, or recognition that I know that I fully deserve. And in my last in my last job, I was I have to tell you something. Um my last job, I think of one of the one-to-ones I was in, they said, "Oh, we'll give you credit this time." It's like a project that I was on. I was like, "Oh, we'll give you credit this time." Excuse me? Like, they said, they asked me if I should have been grateful for giving credit, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, aren't you not giving me credit? You're gonna be recognized." And I'm like, "Am I not recognized? Nobody knows me? Hello?" Like, wait a minute, nobody knows me in this department. Nobody knows who I do. Like, do they think you guys are all doing this? So, yeah, there was a little bit of that going on, and all of this. So, being grateful to me, really meant really being grateful for what I really had, because you could go into the age old adage or whatever of, you could be grateful for just living, which that's a good thing to be grateful for just living. And a lot of people are like, well, we all live and all that stuff. But no, are you truly grateful for living? Are you truly grateful for the food you have in your fridge? Because guess what? I hate to be that person that says there is somebody that has it worse, but there is somebody that has it worse. There's a lot of people listening to this podcast right now, or watching this podcast, that have it a lot better than maybe 70% of the people on this planet. And that's the truth. That I'm just giving facts here. That's the truth. You do have it better. There's a lot of people that don't have a bed to sleep on. There's a lot of people that don't have a phone to watch things on. I know we're online and we think like, oh, we don't have a lot to be grateful for. Like, well, why should I be grateful for when I'm doing this? I'm like, yeah, those things can be true, but it's also true that you have a device that you're listening to this podcast to right now. You know, it's also true that you have eyes or ears that you can hear this podcast on. You know, it's also very true. It's also very true that you have a lot of things that you can truly be grateful for. I tell my clients, and I tell myself this every morning: what are at least 10 to 20 things you can be grateful for every day? Who are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And why are you grateful for them? Right? And especially in entrepreneurship, I'm grateful for all the networking events I'm in, right? And I find that to be the ultimate manifestation hack. Why? Because I found out my manifestation started to go a lot faster when I started doing these things. Because I was grateful for the universe. I knew that the universe had my back. I knew that the universe is going to have my back at the end of the day. Right? I knew that the universe was going to have my back. So, trusting the universe trusting the universe and things happening in divine timing is and giving gratitude to the universe is the ultimate life hack. Okay? So, what are you grateful for? What can you be grateful for right now in your life? Let me know below. And if you're listening on the podcast, think of 10 to 20 things that you are absolutely grateful for. And I'm going to shout out Amanda Monk for doing this. She's a part of I'm a part of this group on Facebook. And well, not this group, this little mastermind workshop group. And she gave this wonderful gratitude exercise. And gratitude, gosh, and if I can look it up right now, and I'm going to look this up on my phone right now. Hold on, guys. I'm going to look this up right up. I'm going to look this right up on my phone. And because I'm going to find it. Groups, Nexus. Yep, here it is. Yep, guide. She had this wonderful slide. Oh shoot, that's not it. There was this wonderful little slide that she put in there. Here it is. Okay. So I'm not sure if I'm meant to share this, but these are kind of facts that she kind of shared in the group. It's called gratitude actually reduces pain perception, lowers cortisol levels, and increased resilience and well-being. Gratitude and the slide says this: it can improve pain tolerance by shifting focus away from pain or discomfort. Grateful people tend to have a higher threshold for pain and report feeling less bothered by physical discomfort. How cool of a fact is that? I love little facts like these, you guys. Practicing gratitude also reduces cortisol. And as someone that struggles with cortisol, um, that's actually very helpful. Lowered cortisol means reduced inflammation, increase and decrease in chronic stress responses, and lowers the risk of disease. And increased resilience and well-being. Gratitude fosters emotional resilience, allowing people to bounce back from challenges with less wear on their body. The resilience can mean less physical impact and daily stressors, which contributes to overall wellness and longevity. And it improves heart health, enhanced immune function, and it's also better sleep. Thank you to Amanda again, Amanda Monk, for sharing. I hope I don't get in trouble for sharing that as well. But it was fabulous. It was fabulous to. It was fabulous. Those are fabulous facts to know when you give gratitude every single day. It really does help with your overall health. So I get a lot of people, whether it's on my lives shows, and those of you who don't know, I actually do live yes no readings on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. I do live yes no readings on there. And there's a lot of people that ask, how do I get rid of X? How do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of that? How do I get rid I was like, how do I manifest more money? How do I manifest? I need more money in my life. How can I do that? Well, are you grateful? And what I ask is that, are you grateful? Are you grateful for the money that you already have? Because if you're not in gratitude for the money that you already have, you're never going to be happy with the money that you will get, right? You're never going to be happy with the money that you will get if you're not grateful. So if you're grateful for the money that you have in your bank account, guess what? The universe is going to allow more of that in your life. It's going to allow. The universe will give you what you allow. I want to repeat that again. The universe will give you what you allow. All right. I'm going to say it again. The universe will give you what you allow in your life. And oh, thank you, Vishal. Sometimes you need to take a step back and look at all the things you can be grateful for. Exactly. Gratitude is such an attitude. And when you take a step back and look at all the things that you can be grateful for, you realize that you have so much more than you truly realize. So, with that being said, how did gratitude help my business? I was grateful for every person that I met in my every person that I met, whether it's a person that I networked with, a referral client, whoever. I was grateful for every person that I met because I allowed that in. But I also realized, going back to all of that, what you allow, I realized that I couldn't allow certain things. Like I realized I needed boundaries, right? So the universe will give you what you allow. So I realized I was allowing a lot into my life. And of course, like as a new business owner and when I was starting out, I was allowing so much to happen that I wouldn't happen in my life, right? I was allowing so much, and now I'm only allowing what I allow. Abraham Hicks talks about that a lot, right? Allowing, the gift of allowing. I'm grateful for my daughters. I'm grateful. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Lacey, Joe. I'm grateful for my daughters. I'm grateful for my sobriety. I'm grateful for my ability to change. I'm grateful for my spirit guides. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for the Great Awakening. I'm here to experience it. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for all my blessings and disguises. Oh, I love all this. Look at that, Lacey. Look at that, Lacey. I do have a Facebook group, and I might do a gratitude challenge in there um, as well. So, what does gratitude mean to you? And of course, if you're doing all the things that I always recommend to you to, like, calm yourself down, because here's the thing, one of the ways that to truly manifest what you want is to really calm your being, calm yourself down and be in the present moment. But it's also to give gratitude. So I'm happy about that, Lacey. That's great. So, what are you doing to give it yourself gratitude every single morning? Or do you write your gratitude down? You don't have to always write it down. Some people aren't writers, and I totally get that. But what are you doing? What are you doing right now? So, are you speaking your gratefulness out loud? Thank you for that. Thank you to the guy that cut me off in the middle of the road. That's also what I say too. Whenever there's like a car coming out, I'm like, "Oh, stay in gratitude. You should be here, right? Stay in gratitude." So, what what are the steps you can take today to give yourself gratitude? Are you grateful for the food? And I feel like, so there are things like prayers before meals, right? I feel like that is also another way you can give gratitude to your food. Prayers before food. I actually like to do Reiki symbols to bless the food. Reiki symbols on my food to bless and clear the energy of the food so I can have it before I consume it. And that helps me. But you can also be grateful for all of the food that you're eating, being grateful for the water you're drinking, being grateful for just being in breath. Because I can tell you right now, as somebody that had laryngitis, I had laryngitis, okay? I had laryngitis in Mexico 3 years ago, and I had major shortness of breath to the point where it felt like somebody was stepping on my chest. Like, it was so bad. I mean, I couldn't breathe for a while, and that made me so grateful and when I was able to get like when I was able to feel better and able to got some medicine, I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm thankful for breath right now. I'm thankful for breathing." Cuz gosh, I mean, you don't feel grateful for your health until you get sick. You're not grateful for your knees until one of until your ACL gets torn. I can tell you that right now. You know, I just I actually just I wanted to do this TikTok video. I wanted to do this TikTok video the other day, and I wanted to do this dance. I actually wanted to do this dance and have like that whole thing, have this whole thing like me doing this dance and have text over it and stuff like that. Um, but and that's why for those of you who follow me on TikTok, you'll see I'm in a chair, and it's not because I don't want to dance, it's because my knee is kind of like it swells up a lot, and actually literally what happened the other day. It swelled up to the point and where I strained, it looks like my patella tendon, and now it kind of shifts out of place because it kind of shifts a little bit and buckles a little bit every time I start to walk. And then of course the muscles, the quad around my knee started like getting stiff. And long story short, I had to ice it. I had to ice it down because I'm not like 15 anymore, and I can't like easily heal. So that's where that comes in, right? So yeah, at that moment I was like, oh my gosh, I should be grateful for my other knee for it to be working, right? My other knee works. So I had to be grateful for that. And I had to be grateful for working fingers because I also know what it's like to not have a finger that's working. All these little things that you don't know work for you in your life end up working for you, right? They do end up working for you. So, how does all of that work? And I'm going to just check my notes here really quick to see if I covered everything. Um, and yes, how gratitude helped me as an entrepreneur. More about that, like being grateful for every client, being grateful for every proposal, or every service, every single call I ever had, being grateful for all of those things has really helped me grow my business. And being totally grateful and for every single like sale that comes through, reading that comes through, business chakra diagnosis call that comes through, all of these things to happen, being grateful for like the graphic designers I've worked with, be grateful for all of those guys that I found, being grateful for all the people that I used to have on my team because I don't have them anymore. But being grateful for all those guys, being grateful for every single person that I ever had in my business, that really helped me grow as a person and as an entrepreneur. And of course, well, let's go outside of entrepreneurship a little. Being grateful for every single relationship I had, being grateful for every person that I've ever dated, being grateful for every single friendship that I've ever had, being grateful for every single friendship that I've broken off, being grateful for every single person that I met that changed my life. or didn't even change my life or didn't really do anything. Being grateful for every person that I've ever truly I'm always truly grateful for all those things. Being grateful for my childhood, being grateful for my parents, being grateful to everybody, right? And that is more of what I wanted. And I do feel like this is going to be a little bit more of a shorter episode today because I wanted to get this up. I did want to get this episode out because I want people to realize that like Thanksgiving should not be the only day you should give gratitude. It's totally an attitude. It's a lifestyle, just like everything, just like the chakras, just like what I teach people with the chakras. It is not a one-time thing. Chakras are not a one-time thing. It is a lifestyle. It is a consistency. Just like with gratitude, it is a consistency. It is an attitude. Gratitude attitude. It's an attitude. It's a lifestyle. It's a purpose. It's everything. So, and just like with every single other exercise that you possibly do every day, it is an attitude. It is a consistency that you have to do. Just like exercise. Exercise for 30, 40, 50 minutes a day, then give gratitude for your body working, right? Or being thankful you can be able to afford, lotion or whatever. You know, all of these things because these things are going to be making you who you are at the end of the day. Being grateful for what you've become and who you are and how and everybody's going to ask me which chakra does gratitude resolve in? Well, I would say it's mostly the heart chakra, but really it's all of them. Being grateful for your root chakra, being grateful for your survival. Survival is root chakra, okay? If we're going to go through the chakras on gratitude, let's do them. Being grateful for your survival, root chakra. Being grateful for the money that comes through. Being grateful for your core relationships, that's also root chakra. Being grateful for your, let's say, anything that helps you be stable, right? Sacral chakra, being grateful for your womb center. Being grateful for, if you're a woman, womb, or you identify as a woman, being grateful for that. Being grateful for all the emotions that you have. Sacral chakra is also emotions. So being grateful for all of your emotions, being grateful for your creativity, being grateful for all of those things. Solar plexus, confidence, having gratitude for your self-esteem. The self-esteem that you have, being grateful for being worthy, knowing that you're worthy and being in gratitude of worthiness, right? And being grateful for your divine feminine energy, that's also so sacral, as well. If we go into the heart, being grateful for love, the love we have in our lives, compassion, empathy, being grateful for love that we give to others, being grateful for the love that we can have that with other people. Throat chakra, communication, being grateful for our voice, being grateful for our voice, being grateful for our throat, and all of the things that we do with our throat, being grateful for it, being grateful for all these things that are happening with our voice and and even if it is writing and making your voice heard, being grateful for all of that, being grateful for your intuition, your third eye. Even if you don't know you have it, you do have it. A lot of people, like one of the things that I see that is really common in a lot of my social media lives, and whether it's a live show and all that, a lot of people don't understand the power that they have with their intuition. Your intuition is incredibly powerful. If you're watching this, you probably have a pretty good intuition. I attract a lot of people that have a pretty strong intuition. So make sure you are tuned in to that. Even if you think you are not, you do have an intuition. Making sure you open that up. And you can open it up in many different, that's another podcast episode on how to open up your third eye. I do feel like I might do a podcast episode with a person I know that wants to do the third eye chakra. I have to come in. I have to figure out who I actually, because I know so many people that are so in tune with their third eye. Um I have to figure out who I want to who do I want to which one wants to come on. I do want somebody that is more of a psychic medium and that wants to come on so that can talk about the third eye chakra, and how everybody can open that up, right? So being grateful for that, being grateful that you have the third eye, and you can rub your third eye, you can put an amethyst on your third eye, do a bunch of different things with it. Um Many different things with your third eye. So being grateful for that. What else can we be grateful for? What else can we be grateful for? Our connection to source. And all of you have a connection to source. Every single human being has a connection to source. Being grateful for your connection to source. Whether you think you're connected to source or not, you are connected to source. Whether you listen to the messages that comes up from source is up to you. Whether you listen to those messages is up to you. Because here's the thing, we are all here to have a human experience at the end of the day. We are all here to have a human experience. So things like a lot of things get in the way of our own being and our own power. So your connection to source, it's kind of like an antenna. You'll always have an antenna. You'll always have that little antenna. Whether you want to get that stronger or not is up to you, but you'll always be receiving messages from it no matter what. So being grateful for that connection to source. And I know everybody's next question is, Supriya, how do you get connected to source? There's a billion different ways. I actually teach people how to do it on my TikTok videos, but one of the ways you can do it is, putting your hands right to your crown chakra right here and imagining a white golden light coming straight to the top of your head. And when you close your eyes, you look up with your eyes when it's closed, and you see that white light shining straight down to your crown chakra. And just circling your crown chakra. And as you circle it, as you breathe that in, and as you exhale, you release. You release it. You release it like that. Okay? You release it like that. And when you release it, you see black smoke coming out, and that gets transmuted. All right? And imagining that getting transmuted as you see it go out, transmuting it into white golden light. Right? And so that is how you can give gratitude to the chakras. Right? Giving gratitude through your chakras and then being able to manifest. So we got the root with money, giving gratitude for the money that you have. But then if you want more money, why don't you speak more positively about money into your life? What's the language? Are you going off the language of I am always broke? I'm always broke. Oh, I have to pay that bill. Oh, like God, that's gonna take a dent out of my bank account. Oh, like what is that? No, 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 no. Thank you for that bill. Thank you for that bill. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that thing, cuz now I'm actually going to be able to afford it. I know I can afford this. I know I can do this. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for having the money to have this come through. I am allowing the universe to have more abundance to come to me. That is how you switch that. And that's root chakra energy, right? That's root chakra energy. And you can literally use that with anything. I'm grateful for this person in my life. Getting a bad review on your business. Thank you. You see, do you guys see that? You guys might seen some of the marketing around people putting bad reviews of these places up on as I've seen that as Facebook as people putting their one-star reviews on there. It's like this person thinks we're such a bad product, but we know we're not. Thank you. That's such a good way to lead a situation. That is how you become positive. And people always ask me, I love your energy. How are you stay so positive? Guess what? You get positive when you don't when you're tired of being negative. You get to the point of positivity when there's no more room for negativity, when all the negativity in your body runs out. There's only one way to go, and that is positivity. And that's also gratitude, right? Good stuff. Love listening to you. Oh, thank you so much, Lacey. Appreciate it. Yeah. When you get to that point of no return in your body and in your soul, there's only other way to go. And I would rather be that safe space for people to come in and say, how do I get rid of this? You don't get rid of anything, you transmute it. Or I don't know how to, like, my mind is not at ease. How do I get mind? The best way to get back into your body is to come back to your body, to come back to your breath, to ground yourself, come back to earth, let Mother Gaia take care of you by grounding yourself into the earth. You need to ground yourself into the earth and into having your feet touch the soil and touch the grass and just breathing in and let her remove all of that negative energy inside of you for what, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, maybe even more. Making sure you have that energy inside of you to let Mother Gaia take very good care of you. Because when you let her take care of you, you can take care of it. And then, making sure you get enough sunlight, making sure you get like a lot of people don't. I just realized so many people don't get enough sunlight. And that is because they're stuck at work underneath their cubicles, underneath those lights that are so bad for you, those lights that are so harsh on your skin, that are so harsh on your eyes, and you can't see a thing, right? You can't see a thing. But we somehow thought that that was the way to go when it's really not. We somehow convinced ourselves that that was the way to go, putting people under desks, under on with shoes, with putting shoes on in desks, or having our bodies not in the natural flow of nature, right? We're not putting our bodies into the natural flow of nature. We're not putting our bodies into a rhythmic movement of nature by putting ourselves into cubicles where, everything's gray, and we're not putting ourselves in that work. We're not letting ourselves go outside and experience life and experience nature. I could go on a whole rant about this too, but I'm not going to. Yeah, we're not going to. But we as a society should get back into the rhythmic flow of who we are. Finding out who we are is probably the best thing we are ever going to learn. Remembering who we are. That's probably the best term for it. Remembering who we are. Remembering what we do, remembering what we have, remembering how we flowed and and what we are doing with that flow. Are we keeping those cortisol levels up by putting that stress on our bodies? Or are we releasing it to Mother Gaia? That's not what we're doing in a cubicle. We're not releasing the stress into Mother Gaia, we're releasing it onto each other. We're yelling at each other. We're putting people in places of power where where they don't know how to how to get rid of stress other than either, you know, building it up inside, and yelling at the lowest tiered person on the list on the totem pole. That's what we do, right? That's what we do as a society. And then we create toxic work environments because we, as a late capitalistic society, we decided that more production, more productivity is the best way to go, instead of going along with what people need at the moment in a flow and in a cycle and in the wave of what these are. It's all about what? This, instead of this and this and this and this and this and this. Yeah. So we ooh, and like one of the best ways to get back into our bodies is to ground yourself, like I said. And I do know people, and it is getting a lot colder now for a lot of people. And of course, if you don't live in the South like I do, and you can't go outside and ground your energy in grass because it's too cold, it's rainy, whatever, snowed 10 feet where you are, get a grounding mat. It costs, I actually looked it up, get a grounding mat. It costs like what, $25? I don't know. From what I saw on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon for $25. I saw some for like 75. And I'm sure there's going to be a Black Friday deal on those soon. So get a grounding mat, get grounding sheets, whatever. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you get those electrons in your body that's similar to nature. Those are one thing that I think that a lot of people should start doing in their office spaces and cubicles, is to put grounding mats into their cubicles. If I were to ever get back into corporate, if I were to get back into corporate, and if I were to go into an office, I would get a grounding mat and put my grounding and put my feet on the ground, put my feet on that grounding mat and just work there. I'll probably have the weirdest cubicle there. I'll probably have the most witchy cubicle, having like a crystal ball and all that stuff. you know. But yeah, I mean, giving gratitude, and this is all going to go back to gratitude, right? Gratitude to the universe, gratitude for what you have every single day. will not only help you, it helps everybody around you. And if you're a leader in some ways, if you're a leader of a sorts, if you're a leader of a sorts in your arena, giving gratitude to your team is going to help you tremendously as a manager, CFO, CEO, as a person that owns a business. If somebody manages teams, be grateful for your team. Do a gratitude Thursday, gratitude Wednesday, give gratitude to your team. Do pick them out like and all that stuff. And I'm not talking about doing a pizza party for a team maybe once in 3 months. I I'm talking about giving real thanks. Giving real thanks. Whatever that thanks might be to you. Maybe giving them a gift basket, maybe giving them gift baskets, maybe giving them gift baskets, maybe giving them a gift certificate to whatever they like, Amazon gift card, whatever. Giving a random person on a team just because, or even giving your entire team gift cards just because. If I were, if I were to have that team again, that's what I would be doing. I would give them just because. And if you have a partner, giving flowers for your partner just because. Doing a full course meal just because. I just feel like there are things that we do take for granted a lot of times. And that is because we take them for granted. We don't realize the good we have until it's absolutely gone. Because things could go away in just a second. Things can go away very, very quickly. And because these things can go away, we need to give gratitude to it. Yeah? You guys following me so far? We need to give gratitude to what we have. We need to give gratitude every single day. And, as I wrap this up, please spend your Thanksgiving not only just giving thanks to everybody there, but giving thanks to you, being grateful that you show up every day, being grateful that you are the person that being grateful for the person that you are, but also give gratitude to things that you always take for granted. Your car, your books in your room, if you have books, your laptop, whatever. Being grateful for those things, those little things. The kisses from your children, the kisses from your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, you know. And if you're single, the kisses from your mom, dad, brother, sister, whoever. Being grateful for all of those guys in your life, but also being grateful for being you. Because you are more valued in this world than you ever know. And with that being said, happy Thanksgiving to all of my friends and family and all the people on my social media that are celebrating right now, that will be celebrating as well. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And please live in gratitude every single day. Let me know how gratitude has been working for you. And if any of these tips and tricks helped you, please feel free to comment below. Or if you're tuning in on the podcast, leave a review and let me know, even on social media at Supriya.digital everywhere. Leave a review and then leave a 5-star review. And then go to my social media at Supriya, SUPRIYA.digital, and just tag me and say how this episode helped you. And what are you grateful for? Thank you guys so much. I totally appreciate and I'm so grateful for everybody tuning in on on this live and on the podcast as well. On as if you're listening to the podcast, I'm very grateful for you guys too. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful manifesting rest of your day. Bye guys.